did you think of life in prison? Well, like everyone, I had certain preconceptions. I expected it to be a degrading, demoralizing experience. And I'm sorry to say I was absolutely right. The conditions inside were positively appalling.
Yay, Helen!
How did you find the other women? Equally appalling, I'm afraid. All I can say is God help the decent citizens of this country if that collection of killers, thieves, and perverts is ever let loose on society. I formed the impression that most of them actually enjoyed it in there, and no sooner are they released than they commit another crime, are caught, and sent straight back in again.
She didn't say anything about my baby. No.
Oh, come on, Lizzie. I've always been your friend. You know that. I gave you the compact, didn't I?
Only when that woman did the dirty on you.
Next. I wasn't really sucked in. I was just playing along. It was all Bee's fault.
Mrs. Davidson wants to see us in her office.
Oh, Lizzie.
I can understand the way they feel. I mean, I got involved in her projects myself.
Oh. Sit down. Well, it seems Helen Masters has left us with a bit of a problem. How are the women this morning?
Brooding. I think they're all feeling pretty much let down.
Well, it's their own fault. They were stupid enough to think she could have changed things.
But it's not just the feeling of being let down. I think it's more a question of having let themselves be conned.
Well, we can't let them simmer for too long. Has anyone any suggestions?
Yes, we've got to find a way of keeping them busy. Give them something to think about apart from themselves.
Well, how about more sport? I mean, I know we've used it before, but it does get rid of aggressions.
It'd do more good if you just warned the ringleaders. Once they stop their sulking, well, the others will follow.
Oh, I don't think that's the answer. But whatever we do, we have to stop these pent-up feelings from exploding.
You and me weren't fooled, were we, Frankie? Nah, and they're meant to be the smart ones. We got more brains than a lot of them put together. Yeah, followed that Helen Sheila around like sheep. She promises them the world and she spits in their eye. They even forgot who their old friends were.
Yeah, well, I always knew B. Smith was 2 cents short in the dollar, but little Miss School Teacher.
Oh, well, you can have these too if you like, Frankie.
Coming back home, are you?
You're an idiot, Doreen. Can't you see she's just using this to get you on side? You're a bloody fool.
I am not. You're the fool, B. Oh, well, you're the one who got us doing things for that woman, and all the time she was just laughing at us.
All right, so I was conned, weren't we all? I didn't force you to go along with her. And what about Lynn Warner? You all thought she was guilty. And it took Helen Masters to get her off, and then you all thought she was the aunt's pants.
So what? Warner might have been innocent of one thing, but what about being raped, eh? But she led the bloke on, got everything she deserved.
Since when have you started siding with the blokes? Your kid brother making you feel something for men?
You shut your filthy mouth.
Shut up, both of you.
Well, yeah, I forgot we shouldn't talk about men in front of hot pants, not since she lost her bloke.
Oh, Marilyn's okay. She never hurt anyone.
I'll finish this, love. Why don't you hop out for a bit? Do you good.
Mum, I'm not going out.
They'll forget about you soon, love.
Oh, with this getting bigger every day.
Well, if you stay cooped up here, they'll really think you've something to hide.
Oh, let them. They're talking behind my back anyway, pointing at me like I'm some kind of freak or dirty. Oh, I don't know why I came back.
Well, if you can't turn to your father and me, who can you turn to? We love you.
I know.
Oh, yes. There's someone outside, said he's a friend of yours.
Who?
Oh, well, I don't know, just said he's from Melbourne. Come in.
Hey, Ellen.
Doug!
Oh, when Doug Parker says see you around, he means it, right?
Right. They only know I wrote to a boy in prison. I didn't tell them who it was. Doug, they'll hit the roof if they found out you've been inside.
So what do I tell them?
I don't know, make up something, anything.
And what'd they say about that?
Oh, they're coming. They don't talk about it much. Mum made up some stupid story about my husband dying, how sad it is he didn't live to see his child. I think she's starting to believe it herself. Rape is something that happens to other girls. Oh, this is Doug Parker, Dad.
Hello, Mr. Warner. Pleased to meet you.
How you going, son?
Good.
I'll make a cup of tea.
Well, then, take a seat.
Thanks.
So, you met my daughter in Melbourne, eh?
Yeah, you might say we live next to each other.
Doug lived close to the Bentleys. He used to deliver the meat.
His brother's got a butcher shop, see, and I used to help him out now and then.
You knew about Lynn then?
Being inside? Oh, yeah, sure. I used to visit her. But I never doubted truth would out.
Well, how long are you staying in Riverton?
Oh, I've just got a few days off work, Mrs. Warner. Just thought I'd pop in and see how Lynn was getting along.
Well, it hasn't been easy for her.
No, well, that's the trouble with the world. Even if you're innocent and been inside, they never let you forget it.
Well, you got a place to stay while you're in town, son?
Oh, I'm staying at a pub.
Wouldn't think of letting you stay at a pub. Any friend of Lynn's is a friend of ours. We got a room.
Oh, great. Thanks, Mr. Warner.
Detective Lang.
Oh, Miss Bennett.
I was just told someone from consortium wanted to interview one of the girls. I wasn't expecting you.
Yes, well, I was only put on the case last night. What can you tell me about Marilyn Mason?
Oh, she's in and out of here for prostitution, porn movies, that sort of thing.
Is she likely to give us any names and people she worked with?
Oh, I doubt it.
What type would she be?
Pretty dumb, but she thinks she knows it all.
Any weaknesses, you know?
Yes, just one. Eddie Cook.
Get out of it, Lizzie, it's mine. I want it.
Oh, get your own piece.
Give us it.
Stop it, you rip it.
I will if you don't give us it.
Oh, get lost, Lizzie.
Stay where you are, Lizzie.
Go and scrounge something else for yourself.
Why should she? It's just as much hers as it is Mason's.
She can't even sew.
I want to cut it up and make hankies.
You just leave. Why should today be different?
Look, this is between them two. Why don't you just pull your head in?
You want to try and make me...
Doyle?
We've got a visitor. Anyone wanting to see the doctor, line up outside his office in 1 minute. He wants to see you after sick call, Karen.
Give our love to your brother, Frankie.
Someone to see you, Mason. I wouldn't get too excited about it. It's a detective from Consorting Squad. Or did you think it was your boyfriend?
I've got nothing to say to a cop.
He'll soon make short work of you. Now get moving.
Bitch.
Okay. Who's got to see the doctor?
How's it feel to be without a man, Mason?
You should know, Miss Bennett.
Since when do you smoke?
Used to sneak him in up at the home.
Stunt your growth.
Thought I saw Dad the other day. Wasn't him, but just some old drunk.
At least they've got something in common.
You ever think about Mum much, Frankie?
No.
I do. Well, sometimes. Wonder why she stayed with him. Always getting drunk, bashing her up.
Too scared to leave him.
You weren't. You would have killed me if you hadn't taken me with you.
Might have killed him first.
Must have been a real drag bringing up a kid brother, eh?
No.
But I'll make it up to you. I swear.
You just keep your nose clean, that's all.
Frankie, I won't be able to come visit you for a while. I got a job on a farm near Walla. Leaving today. It sounds great. I couldn't just pass it up. And I'll be able to learn all about farming and stuff. So when you get out, we'll be able to get our own little place. Won't be up to Melbourne for a month, though.
A month's nothing. Do it on me ear.
You're still staying out of trouble, aren't you?
Said I would, didn't I?
Time's up, Frankie. All right. Let you know how I'm getting. Nah, got a better idea. I've got a mate. He can drop in and visit you. Let you know what's happening, huh?
Yeah, sure. Well, see you in a month then.
I miss you, Frankie.
Yeah, me too, Gazza. Any chance of seeing the governor, Mrs. Jackson?
I'll organise it.
Well, I don't know how much I got owing to me, but it must be a bit. Been saving for 2 years.
The money you don't spend in here is supposed to be held until your release.
Yeah, but I want my brother to have it. I'm going to be stuck in here for years. He needs it now.
Well, I'll see what I can do, but it is irregular. What's your brother's name and address?
Gary Doyle. I don't know his proper address. Mate of his will let me have it.
All right, leave it with me. Before you go, I'm aware there are certain tensions amongst the women. I was hoping that someone, like yourself, for instance, may be able to stop things before they get out of hand.
Can't it how they feel?
No, but I'm expecting you and some of the others to set a good example. You've been behaving yourself quite well lately. I'd hate to see anything happen to spoil that. Meg, have you spoken to B. Smith yet?
I will after sick parade.
Fine.
I just wanted to have any energy. For no reason. All I want to do is lie down all the time. When I do, I can't sleep. You got to give me something to buck me up, Doc.
There's nothing wrong with you, Bee. No pills.
But I'm run down.
It's all in your mind. Next.
Bloody quack. G'day, Doc.
All right, Lizzie, what's the trouble?
Oh, my hands have got the shakes, and I got a taste in my mouth like the bottom of a bird cage.
Nothing a good stiff drink couldn't fix, right?
Oh, right, Doc.
Out and drink plenty of water. Next.
Oh, it'll kill me.
Don't tell me you can't sleep and you need something to help you.
Oh, how'd you guess?
Look, Doreen, you can't sleep because you're not tired, and you're not tired because you're not doing enough to tire you out. So no pills, just go and get some more exercise.
But...
Next.
Oh, heck.
Close the door. You any idea why the women are back on the pill parade? You're not sick. Just got a few problems like boredom, feeling sorry for themselves, frustration, little things like that.
Shouldn't you be telling the governor?
Look, I thought you wanted to get in touch with the Prisoners Reform Group. I've got the address.
I changed my mind.
Yes, and I know why. For the first time since you've been in here, you started to believe in someone, but as soon as she lets you down, you throw up your hands and start feeling sorry for yourself.
You believed her too.
Yes, of course. What she was doing was right. Giving the women back an interest in themselves, some pride in their appearance.
Oh, lay off, Greg.
Karen, you'd started to pull yourself together. Don't slip back now.
Now, you'll tell me what I want to know if I have to come back every day. All right. We'll start at the beginning. Now, we know that you work for Freddie Best. And we know that he's been pushing drugs through the parlor. But like you, he's just a little fish. And we're more interested in pulling in the big ones. So who does Freddie answer to? What's Eddie Cook to you? Yes, he was your boyfriend, wasn't he? But he's not speaking to you now because he landed back inside. Now, do you reckon he'll change his mind? How would you like us to speak to him? You know, really fill him in about you and your friends. Oh, I'm sure there must be some things he doesn't know about, and I don't reckon he'd want you back after that. Pete! Well, not going to get through to her that way.
Oh, look, that's the lunch break. You'll have to finish with Mason now.
Oh, damn. I wanted to break this one quickly.
Oh, look, I'm sure you won't have any trouble, Graham.
You're some woman. You know that, Vera?
I'm sure you didn't think that the other night.
Oh, come on. Anyone working in a place like this needs to break down once in a while. Look, Vera, about our date tonight. Well, it's been a bit heavy at the office. You know, a lot of paperwork. Maybe we could make it another night, hmm?
Oh, look, there's no need. Why don't you come over to my place and relax and I'll cook?
Okay. Look, there's a favor I'd like to ask.
Of course.
You're in here with Mason all the time. Maybe a bit of pressure and she'll come through in a few answers.
Well, nothing will give me greater pleasure. You were stupid not to help Detective Lang Mason. You may only be in here for a month, but things can get pretty tough.
Well, I guess I'll have to be careful then, won't I?
Oh, yes, because I'm going to be watching you very carefully.
Things seems a little quieter than usual.
I hadn't noticed.
Come on, Bea. The women look up to you. Can't you do something?
It's not my place.
Look, I'm not asking for the staff. I'm concerned about the women.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Vera been giving you a hard time.
She doesn't frighten me.
Listen, you keep clear of her. You're not tough enough to fight the screws, especially that one.
Bea, what about doing some tea leaf readings?
Yeah, start with your own first. Let me see, it should go something like, your days are numbered. Best thing you can do is drop dead.
Think that's funny, Doreen, do you? Oh, just like I figured. It says keep clear of big fat toads. They're trouble. Ah, but I see that big fat toad's going to come a cropper. So make sure you know who your real friends are.
Your attention, please. I've decided that due to the pleasant day outside, there will be no work this afternoon.
Oh, beauty.
Instead, there'll be a volleyball game for those who are interested. Those of you who still wish to work may still do so. But I'm hoping all of you will take part. Thank you.
What's going on? Well, you can thank me for that.
Oh, what do you want about?
Well, when I went to see Dr. Miller, he said I needed more exercise.
Oh,
so
perfect.
there.
So we all have to suffer.
At least they're reacting.
G'day, Doc. Mind if I do a bit of work on your PowerPoint?
No, go for your life. Stampede's over.
Keeping you busy, eh?
There weren't too many women who stayed away from a sick call this morning.
What, Marilyn see you too?
No, she's one of the rare ones these days.
Not that I care.
Sorry to see her back in here.
How long you been working here, Doc?
Ooh, 4 months.
So you wouldn't know them any better than I do, then?
Probably not.
You reckon a lot of them end up back inside?
Yeah, recidivists.
What?
It means the more often a woman is jailed, then the more likely she is to end up back inside after she's been released.
You're not Irish, are you, Doc?
Pommy bastard through and through.
Yeah, well, you're not a bad bloke for a pommy. But, you know, I reckon I'd understand it if I got out and didn't have anyone waiting for me, but... Well, Marilyn had me.
Yeah, hard to figure, all right.
I mean, she didn't give us a fair go. She was up and off before you knew it. I mean, sure, we had a blue and everything, but that wasn't enough to send her back on the game.
Have you asked her why?
Well, it's obvious, isn't it? I mean, she couldn't do without the money or the excitement. But I'll tell you one thing. I don't reckon I'd have her back even if she begged me. Well, I'd never be able to trust her again, would I? Know what I mean? I mean, you can't have a good thing without that trust, can you? Well, what about you, Doc? You must do all right in the woman department. What's your answer?
Oh, if I knew that, I'd be a very rich man.
Yeah.
Does that look okay, Mum? Well, now, who are going to be captains? Bea,
Frankie. I'm not going to play this crap. Just come to watch you make fools of yourselves.
You take the other side, Mum. This idiot couldn't play volleyball anyway.
Would you like to score then, Frankie?
Nah. Think I'll teach the mouth a lesson.
All right, take
be worth
side.
watching.
All bags going fast.
Oh, where's it 3 years old?
Oh, not many of the women turned up for the volleyball.
Some of them wanted to work.
At least the ringleaders were involved.
Authorization for Frankie's money to be sent to her brother.
$230.
She hasn't exactly squandered her 50 cents a day.
Well, Frankie has other ways of getting her extras.
I wish her brother hadn't gone away so soon. He had quite a stabilizing influence.
She's kept herself clean so far. I think she'll be all right.
To hold on to the ball?
No. I'm changing the rules.
If you don't want to play properly, get out.
Oh, you big ox. I said I'm changing the rules.
Oh!
You did that deliberately, Mason.
I'm sorry, Miss Bennett. It was meant for Frankie.
You know what happens when you hit an officer? 2 days in the pound.
It wasn't Marilyn's fault. Blame Frankie. She started it.
Do you want to join her in solitary? Get moving.
No, Miss Bennett, I can't stand being locked in there.
Any more lip and I'll make it 3 days. There's another game.
Two days in the pound and she'll be talking her head off.
Yeah, it's made my job a whole lot easier, too. Thanks to you. Well, there must be something I can do to repay you.
Sure you'll think of something?
You know, that was what I call a really good meal. You're a woman of many talents. You know that, Vera?
Oh, thank you. Have you got anyone special tucked away, Graham?
And why'd you ask that?
Oh, a man like you, I can't see him being alone.
Yes, well, you know, work keeps me too busy.
Look, I didn't mean to pry.
No, it's okay.
Must be a difficult job.
Yes, it would be easier if the department would let me do it my way, instead of all this pussyfooting around. I mean, crims are animals. They don't deserve to be treated like human beings.
Yes, well, I'll break Mason.
You know, it's not often I find a woman who thinks like me. And, I think I might have just thought of a way of saying thank you.
Gazer.
Eddie, what are you doing in here so early?
The sooner I get this dump rewired, the sooner I can leave it for good.
Marilyn's been in solitary for the past 2 days.
So?
Well, it wasn't her fault.
It's got nothing to do with me anymore.
Oh, come on, Eddie, don't try and be tough. You know how she hates being on her own.
Yeah, well, that's what got her back inside in the first place, wasn't it?
You men make me sick. You try doing a stint in here sometime and see how you like it.
What's wrong?
Oh, Frankie Dawkins' brother's had an accident. I thought she might go berserk when she found out.
Where is she?
I've called her. She's on her way.
You want to see me?
What do you want me to do about it?
Dunno. Nothing.
Sleep well? Perhaps now you'll learn to be a bit more cooperative.
You can all drop dead.
You'll change your mind after you've been in here a few more times.
I'm never coming back in here.
Then you'll have to learn to behave yourself, won't you?
Gary. See. It. Stop. To. You. Damn it.
But you must remember Lizzie. I mean, you must.
Was she the tall blonde?
Short, dark.
Yeah, she was the one who was pulling those fake...
Yes, Lizzie was.
Yeah, God, that was when we were digging those drains.
I haven't read it. I found it when I was tidying your room. It's the first time you've ever lied to us, Lynn.
I thought you'd send him away.
That he's a criminal.
Not anymore, Mrs. Warner.
Mum, he's a friend.
Friend, you met him in prison. You don't know anything about him.
I know enough. He's the only one who doesn't treat me like dirt.
Don't talk to your mother like that, Lynn.
Well, it's true. And if he goes, so do I.
Didn't you say you had to get back to Melbourne?
I've got nothing to go back to.
And what about your brother's butcher shop?
I don't have a family, Mrs. Warner.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you, son. Ethel and me have just got Lynn back as part of the family. I'm going to let you stay here, but only because we don't want to lose Lynn. Still, if you can prove to us you're a decent, hard-working young man, things could work out just fine. Ever drive a tractor?
No.
You'll learn soon enough.
Thanks, Dad. Oh, Dad's all right. I mean, once you get to know him, you'll like him.
Lynn, I had enough of people telling me what to do when I was inside.
But if you don't know anything about farming, you've got to learn.
Yeah. I still don't reckon I'll make a farmer, though.
Oh, yes, you will. I bet you could do anything you wanted to. Isn't it lovely just to be able to walk without a screw staring over your shoulder?
Yeah, well, at least your old man's not that bad.
Stripjack naked's about the easiest game there is. You'll pick it up.
If I've got a strip, I'm not playing.
Oh, Lizzie, I saw you naked in the shower once. That was enough.
Oh.
Now, look, pick up your cards and I'll show you how to play. Don't look at them. Now, if I put down an ace, well, then you have to put down 4 cards. And a king's worth 3, a queen's worth 1, a queen's worth 2, and a jack's worth 1. Now, if I put down an
You feeling
ace,
okay?
then you have to put down 4 cards.
Listen, I don't know what's going on between you and Vera, but keep away from my love.
She's out to get me.
Well, why?
Well, the blokes have been using the parlours to push drugs. The cops want to bust it open, so they want me to give them names.
Well, why not tell them then?
Since when have you wanted to help the cops?
Anyone pushing drugs should be put inside for life, you included.
I've never been into drugs, Bea. You
Makes
know
no
that.
difference.
Oh, you won.
Hey, Doreen.
What's wrong with your eye?
Oh, I've got something in it, so I can't read. Doc put some drops in. What's it say? Well, come on, what's it say? It's for... Who's it from, for God's sake? Oh, bloody eye.
It's from someone called Barton.
Must be the bloke Gaz is working for. Says something about him, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, come on. Is he doing all right? Is he okay?
Yeah. Says he's working real hard and he's doing real great in his job.
Why did the boss send a telegram about something like that?
Oh, I don't know, do I? Maybe Gazza told him because he couldn't get time off work.
Yeah. When he was a kid, it was me did all the worrying. Now it's him.
Yeah. See ya.
Oh, come on, Doreen.
But you got to help me. It's Frankie.
Ah, get lost, Doreen. You're the one that want to go back to it. Look after your own problems.
Mason, you've got nothing better to do. I've got a little chore for you. Now, that wasn't so difficult, was it?
B, it's Frankie's brother. He's hurt real bad and she doesn't know.
What do you mean she doesn't know?
Oh, well, she got this telegram and she had something in her eye and I don't know. Well, she made me read it to her and I didn't tell her the truth because she would have killed me. You know what she's like. She goes out of her mind. I had to lie.
Will you calm down? What was in the telegram?
Oh, well, something about him being in the James Hospital and being critical, and she had to get in touch urgent.
Well, she's got to be told, Doreen. Yeah, no one deserves that.
She'll kill me.
Yeah, well, she'll read it sooner or later, then she'll really kill you.
I can't.
Look, I'll come with you. Maybe it'll help, but you must be told. Now, come on. Come on. Frankie?
What?
Doreen told me that you received a telegram.
You can't keep your trap shut for 2 seconds, can you?
Oh, I didn't mean to.
Yeah, well, my eyes are better now. I read it for myself. Last time I asked you to do anything.
You read it?
Yeah? Well, why don't you mind your own business? Go on, leave me alone. Go on, get out! Out!
But I can't understand it. She was upset, but it was more angry. Not as if she was shocked or sad.
Yeah, and she read it and everything.
Oh, that figure's always said she was as hard as nails.
But it seems so strange. Remember when you destroyed the house plan her brother gave her? She went berserk.
Well, that was just her temper.
Oh, no, there's more to it than that. Her brother's the one person she cares anything about. Something's wrong. I don't know what, but...
What are you all staring at, huh?
Frankie, I think I should read you that telegram. Now, it's nothing to be ashamed of.
What do you want about?
A lot of people can't read.
You bloody well shut your mouth!
You know what was in that telegram, Frankie. Your brother's been hurt. Very badly. It's critical. No.
Everybody out! Quick, get out!
She should be caged. Maybe if you'd told me about the telegram in the first place, we could have prevented this happening. I'm sorry to hear about your brother, Frankie. Now, I'd like you to come with me to the office. We could ring the hospital and find out his condition. Get this mess cleaned up, please, Miss Bennett.
Got another job for you, Mason. Clean up the rec room. Make sure you do it properly. After you've finished here, of course. Oh, I am sorry. How clumsy of me. You missed out on the hurricane. Frankie just destroyed the rec room.
Oh, great. I've got that to clean up as well.
Here, I'll give you a hand.
Why can't Frankie do it?
Well, she said some bad news about her brother. Here, listen, kid. Vera's going to break you if you don't talk.
I'm not going to snitch on my friends.
Oh, come on. Call people like that friends.
At least they accept me for what I am. They're all I've got to turn to when I get out of here.
You've still got Eddie.
Who are you trying to kid?
Yes. Yes, I see. Thank you very much. His condition is still critical. I'm sorry, Frankie.
What happened to him?
The tractor he was driving turned over. He was pinned underneath.
I've got to see him.
It's not quite that simple. I don't have the authority to give you permission.
I've got to see him. You can't stop me.
Well, I'll have to put it before the board. But I'm the one responsible for your behavior. Now, you have just destroyed the recreation room. It's not a very good example.
Please.
Well, I'll see what I can do.
Struth, what have you done?
Didn't you know? We always break up the place on Saturday.
It was Frankie. Who do you think?
Oh, why bother telling him the truth? He wouldn't believe it anyway.
Well, I might if more people would tell it.
You two are acting like spoilt brats. Isn't it time you made up? Eddie, she needs you more than ever now. She's heading for trouble. One of the screws is coming to heavy with her because she won't give the cops any information about the parlours.
Yeah, that's because they're her friends.
Listen, you stupid bastard, when are you going to...
Look, lay off it, Bea. She was the one that walked out on me. She was the one that wanted to go back on the game, and she was the one that got herself back inside.
Oh, I see. When the going gets tough, you just chuck in the towel. Hurt pride, is that what it is? And I thought Marilyn had found herself a man.
Hi. Why aren't you doing that with the tractor?
I had a rock, didn't I? Bent the bloody blade. So now he gets me digging ditches with my hands.
So, how are you two getting along?
I got unbent with the screws. Look, I might as well be back inside. I'm doing the same work.
Oh, anything that's better than being in prison, Dad.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, at least we're together.
Yeah. And your oldies stick us in separate rooms.
They're just a bit old-fashioned.
Well, how about you?
What?
Are you old-fashioned?
Oh, I like you a lot, you know that.
All right. Well, how about moving in with me?
Mum and Dad would die.
I don't mean here, I mean in Melbourne. Look, I can't stay here, Lynn. I'm not a farmer. This isn't my scene.
Well, what are you doing in Melbourne?
I'll get a job. Look, I know a mate who knows the right people. Now, what do you say? Will you come with me?
Well, Dad wouldn't let me, even if I wanted to.
Well, don't tell him.
I don't want to hurt them anymore.
It's not your fault that happened.
Well, you wouldn't want a pregnant girl just tagging along.
Look, I know plenty of women who've worked right up until the end. It doesn't mean you stop doing things. Look, you're not going to keep it when it's born anyway, are you? So what's the hassle? Look, I'll look after you.
You mean you want to marry me?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, but your parents would never bar that, would they?
But they don't have to know. Well, not until after, anyhow.
Yeah.
Calling Dr. Collijajak. Dr. Collijajak, see Nurse Lord in intensive care.
This is it.
Miss Doyle, I'm afraid I have some bad news for you. Your brother died a few minutes ago. If you'd come a few hours earlier, he did regain consciousness and asked for you. He held on for as long as he could.
Look familiar? Geez, you'll have to grow up a bit before you fit into that, Gazza.
You don't care?
Nah, all I do with it round here, except scare a few screws.
3 years will give me time to get us a farm. At least put a deposit on one. But you've got to promise me you won't get into any trouble.
No sweat. Well, we're Doyles, aren't we? Doyle can do anything they put their minds to, easy. See you in a month then.
Yeah. Miss you, Frankie.
Yeah. Me too, Gazza.
should come with me, love.
I don't want people staring at me.
Doug, you'll be more than welcome.
No thanks, Mrs. Warner. I'm Presbyterian.
Isn't Dad going with you?
No, he's still trying to mend the tractor.
Oh, yeah, I'll give him a hand with that later.
Well, bye-bye, love.
Bye, Mum.
Oh, what's that about?
Oh, just thanks for letting Doug stay and everything.
Take your father a cup of tea, won't you?
Right, come on. We've got a bus to catch.
Oh, look, are you sure this is the right thing to do?
Well, of course I'm sure. Now, are you packed?
Mm.
Right, well, chop, come on.
I've written them a letter. Do you think they'll understand?
Of course they will.
Oh, Doug, I wish we could tell them.
Look, when we get set up in Melbourne, we'll get them over to stay. How's that sound?
I don't know what I would have done if you hadn't have arrived.
We're going to make a pretty good team, you and I. You'll see.
You sure you still want to marry me?
What, make an honest woman of you? Why not? I'm quite looking forward to it, actually. Right, now come on, let's get cracking.
Now, you're all aware of the sorrow of one of your sisters over the loss of her dear brother. So it's only fitting, perhaps, that I read you this second letter of Paul to the Corinthians, beginning at verse 3. Praise be to the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, the all-merciful Father, the God whose consolation never fails us. He comforts us in all our troubles, so that we in turn may be able to comfort others in any trouble of theirs, and to share with them the consolation we ourselves receive from God. As Christ's cup of suffering overflows, and we suffer with him, so also through Christ our consolation overflows. If distress be our lot, it is the price we pay for your consolation, for your salvation. If our lot be consolation, it is to help us to bring you comfort and strength to face with fortitude the same sufferings we now endure. And our hope for you is firmly grounded, for we know that if you have part in the suffering, you have part also in the divine consolation. The Lord
this. I wish he could again, but that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down, but the sun and rain are prisoners too when morning comes around. Last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare of waking up alone. On the inside, the roses grow. They don't mind the stony ground, but the roses here are prisoners too when morning comes around.